All right, guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video. We have the celebration info here for the Lord Slug Dokkan Fest campaign. Beautiful that Lord Slug finally gets a Dokkan Fest. Reminder that I'm in favor of every character getting a Dokkan Fest. Chi-Chi, yup. Zarbon, yup. Yeah. I mean, those are, just off the top of my head, those are the two, like, lowest, like, hype characters I could think of right now, right? But, yeah, I'm in favor of every character. I just think that it is important, right? Look at Legends leading up to Ultra Majin Vegeta. It's just, you can't do too much, like, bottom-of-the-barrel stuff. I mean, Legends kind of did. But you can't do too much bottom-of-the-barrel stuff, like, back-to-back to just keep, like, interest in the game super low all the time, right? Peaks and valleys work super well. Dokkan has had an incredible year. They could easily pump out Lord Slug right here, and I think that they could for the November Dokkan Fest. So like the next Dokkan Fest after Slug, who comes out in exactly 12 hours. Actually, wow, okay. The next Dokkan Fest will be like the 29th, probably the 29th. Yeah, I think the 20. I mean, it says December right there, but this is still November. The 29th of November is when it's gonna happen, right? Probably. Very likely, or 28th, or I guess it could be the 2nd, but it's probably gonna be the 29th, right? Is when the next Dokkan Fest is gonna be. That could be lower hype too. I think that's fine. But as a separate side note too, this typically is the worst celebration of the year by far. And this celebration info, I mean, it looks to be exactly like that. There is one little caveat, though, and that's that global players are still missing the Jiren banner, the Goku and Frieza fight, and, a little bit of content. I easily see that showing up during this month. So it's not going to feel quite as bad for global as it is on JP. I think JP is going to get almost nothing this month, which is what typically happens, right? Again, my working theory is this is when Dokkan is finalizing. I mean, like the 9th anniversary LRs, like Gogeta and Broly, they still have like the best animations of the year pretty much, right? Like that's, they're putting in the extra effort for the 10th anniversary characters, like instead of putting out content for this celebration is my theory. Okay, so we have the Super Training Campaign, Dragon Stones, Login Bonus, Mission, okay, Fierce Events, all this stuff. Alright, so we have Login Bonus, nothing really too crazy. So, it seems like we're doing a new thing here. Yeah, announcements in the corresponding panel missions. So this is in-game right now on JP Dokkan. By the way, I do hate that JP gets the celebration info and the missions, Global gets it in 7 hours from right now. I do hate that. I do wish everything was just exactly at the same time. At least the banners and all the actual content is, though, which is good. But, it's just panel missions. You know what I can do? Let me actually plug in here, and let me just show you guys. Yeah, let me pause and I'll just go in game and show you that way. Alright guys, here we are in game. We can see that the panel missions have returned, and this is what it looks like right here. So if we look at the top, I believe the point is this is just so like you see that little 11 and then CP right there. I think it's just that's the November celebration. So like if you haven't completed the Greatest Warrior panel missions for the version Z Goku and those characters, stuff like that, I think that there would just be, like, right where I'm pressing right here, I think there would just be alternate tabs that we could click onto and see those. But this is what it's going to look like. I'm probably going to just do a video covering all this. I believe you can't actually do all this at the moment because some of the content that drops with Lord Slug, we have to do some of that, like do the Dragon Ball story and stuff like that. So I'm going to wait. We'll do a video going through these panel missions. I mean, I don't know. It's not like the craziest change ever, like, oh my god, this is like so crazy, but like I don't know, it feels a little bit more fun, like Zayed says right there, more fun that way. I agree, it does kind of feel a bit more fun to have the missions be like this, so that's cool. Seems like that's probably how they're gonna do it moving forward, but we'll see for sure. Then there's the Dokkan Fest. Slug drops tonight, along with, I don't have their names memorized. I gotta read it out, man. Look at me. Typically, these characters, I know their names, but Angela and Meta Matcha. I'm sorry, I do not have their names memorized. If you asked me beforehand, I would have said Fake Zarbon and Frog Guy. That's what I would have called it, for something like that. If you're curious, Slug, I think, is pretty good. There's a reason a lot of us have asked for a Lord Slug Dokkan Fest for quite a while. And it's his link set combined with his categories makes him a strong villain character, potentially, provided they give him a good kit. And he does seem to have a good kit from what I've seen. We'll jump in, we'll do the full, long video and world tour and stuff like that and see how he's going to be cooking. But I do think that Lord Slug, to me, seems to be a pretty strong Dokkan Fest. Probably third best Dokkan Fest TUR in the game. I think he should be better than Tech Vegeta. Should be better than, like, Namek Vegeta, a lot of those other characters. But Boo and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, probably not. So, by the way, that's 2 years in a row. 3 years ago, it wasn't the case. The exchange Goku into Super Saiyan Gohan and AJL Cell, they were power crept very fast by other TURs. Well, not very, very fast, but after Worldwide, Gammas and Kid Goku blew them away. But the last 2 years, Piccolo Jr. and 23rd World Tournament Goku, and now Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Fat Boo, they've dominated the entirety of 2023 and 2024. So now, moving into 2025, we have a 2-year history now of the Golden Week TURs dominating the year. So I would maybe, leading into the 2025 Golden Week next year, it might be important. I'll try and bring it up a lot so players are aware of it, but Golden Week characters have dominated the game multiple years in a row now. AGL Ultimate Gohan, not quite as good as Bulma was in terms of LRs, but though that Golden Week celebration, the characters have been, again, super good the last 2 years. And then, by the way, I do think the banner unit is pretty good. And then, obviously, there's also the new category, the demonic power category. A lot of people their panties are in a bunch so bad that Gohan is here. To be fair, he does do a lot of attacks called, like, Demon Strike and Demon Blast and shit like that, right? So, keep that in mind with Gohan. I mean, Gohan was taught by Piccolo and, kind of taught the demon style of fighting or whatever. I mean, could they have left Gohan off? Yes, but, I mean, it doesn't hurt us as players. It's like this guy being on Buu Saga is good for us players, but it doesn't really mesh the best with, like, I think what the category is intended to be. Maybe you could say the same thing with Gohan being here, but it's not a big deal. The one thing that is unfortunate, I don't know what the exact argument would be against him. Janemba not being on the category is rough. And it matters a lot, actually, in terms of the power balancing. Because, like, Lord Slug is really crazy with another 3 of these allies. He does need that. So, like, if we're running just straight-up movie bosses, Lord Slug is not going to be as good, right? So, like, that's where that matters. On Lord Slug's own team, he should be fairly dominant. Or if we can get other demonic power allies, but I guess it is a little bit of a strong restriction that he's got there. All right, so there's that. And then, again, the banner unit, pretty good as well. There's the, Awakening Metal campaign like usual. Lord Slug gets his new Dokkan event, which is good. I mean, we still need... Garlic Jr. needs a Dokkan event. Dr. Wheelo needs a Dokkan event. There's a couple of movie bosses that do. I guess, Android 13 needs an LR specifically. But it's good that Slug gets one. Sale. Now, a lot of people were talking about this right here. The sale ends on the 10th. Sale ends on the 10th right there. Now, typically that means another banner is going to replace it. Heroes characters usually... spoilers. Heroes characters usually November 22nd, November 22nd, November 25th. So it's like we see the range that they are. My guess, and I would tell you guys, my guess still is that the Heroes characters are going to be like the 20th or the 21st. This is probably when the Heroes Celebration characters are going to be released. We're going to know a lot more on the 3rd/4th. This date, this is a YouTube video that's going to reveal the Heroes characters. For me, it's the 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern is when this is actually gonna go live for me, which is gonna show us details of the Heroes Celebration. Again, I think we're going to see this probably on the 20th or something like that. So we probably are going to see a banner on the 10th. There's a couple possibilities. I mean, could we get like the full Super Saiyan Goku Part 2 LR banner? I would say no, but I don't want to say it's a 0% chance either. But there is also this. Now, people have been talking about this nonstop, and this is a real thing. So what we have here, let me just quickly show this. This is the banners, the Worldwide Download Celebration banners on JP, right? You know, obviously the 9th anniversary Carnival LRs did not return for Global because they had just come out, Gogeta and the Gammas. Let me get back to where they were. Let me actually just pause and do it. So let's see what this says. So Gogeta is scheduled to appear in a banner after the Worldwide Download Celebration ends. And the Gammas say the same thing. Gammas are scheduled to appear in a banner after the Worldwide Download Celebration ends. Now, the only Carnival-type banner coming is in December, the December Carnival banner. That seems a little far for them to talk about that right here. So I do think we potentially could see some sort of special, like, Carnival filler banner on JP. And then for Global, what I think we would probably see is maybe LR Jiren drops at the same time for Global, and then maybe the Gammas and Gogeta could be on the banner as well, is what I think we might see. Let me just pull up Jiren's banner super fast. Let's just take a look at it here. Jiren right here. I think we could maybe see the Gammas and Gogeta added to this, which is, I mean, if they do that, this was also a double rates banner, by the way. So if they do that, I mean, I would really not be shocked if Global players would go crazy trying to summon for that with Gammas, Gogeta, and Jiren. I mean, Gogeta and the Gammas are still good. Jiren is good. Like, these characters are good. I probably wouldn't recommend summoning for them at this point, but I mean, they certainly are good because, again, I mean, it's not what players want to hear of don't summon, but at this point, if you're looking to clear content and beat missions and stuff like that, the 10th anniversary is in sight, and Dokkan has been really nasty lately in terms of dropping disgusting power creep. So, pretty much from this point on, unless, like, the New Year's Duel DOKKANFEST is super crazy, or the December Carnival is super crazy, I'm telling you guys to skip all shit, because 10th anniversary is what you want to summon for. And Dokkan has pity now. I mean, you know, people can be smartasses all they want to, it's fine, but you're wrong. If you are just saving up stones from now until anniversary, you'll be able to get your guaranteed pity copy of an anniversary character. You will. It's true. It's true. But, you know, if you're summoned for every little bullshit banner that drops, well, you're not going to be able to take advantage of the pity. So, you do want to keep that in mind. All right, so, yeah, what I think is probably going to happen is probably JP will just get some filler banner, and then I think the Gammas and Gogeta could very well be added to Jiren's banner for Global. I think we could see it, but I'm not really too sure, because what about the Tanabata banner? Like, is Global still going to get that? And we'll see. Regardless, Gamma, Gogeta, the 9th anniversary LR, DOKKANFEST, Beast Gohan, and Broly, these characters are all showing up in the 10th anniversary anyway, so we'll see exactly what's going to happen with that. We have the Link skill orbs, the keys, the Elder Kai banner. Yeah, which goes until right there. Okay. New Super Battle Road stage, Battlefield, Extreme Super Battle Road stage, new Dragon Ball story. This is where we get Kid Gohan, by the way. Kid Gohan seems pretty decent to me, too. I mean, more of like a Super Battle Road character, but he's not bad. This, to me, looks like an example of a good free-to-play character. And, I mean, just grinding him from a Dragon Ball story is going to be super easy, right? And then 3-day special missions. That's it. Boom. Not very much here. No EZA announced. Not surprising. I mean, they mostly do hide EZAs. I mean, they've been hiding them for quite a while now. I can't remember the last time, you know, Celebration info pops and it's like, oh my god, like, you know, this crazy character's going to EZA. Not usually. They haven't revealed it, I think, for a long time. I'd have to go back and double check, but I feel like it's been for a long time since they just announced them like that. Like, so, we'll see. But I think we, you know, obviously will get some sort of major EZA character. Maybe Kid Gohan, EJL Kid Gohan. Maybe LR Bojack. You know, there's a lot of potential characters. I'm not super sure that they could go any number of routes in terms of an EZA character. Keep in mind, the only other summonable character from the Lord Slug movie, there's only one, and it is a Lord Slug. It's Giant Lord Slug, this guy. Him getting an explosive EZA would really help quite a bit. I'd love it. I'd love it if this guy got a really good one. But this is only the only other summonable character from the Lord Slug movie. We have the Kaioken Goku from the movie, but he's obviously a free-to-play character. And let me pull up real quick the other thing. Right here. This Goku. This is just in, one of the little art in the Dragon Ball story event. I don't think we're going to see this guy as like a summonable unit or something like that, but, I don't want to say it's a 0% chance either, so we'll see. Maybe he's a Carnival LR and Gogeta and Gammas are on his banner and shit like that, maybe, but probably not. Now, I'll mention every single time with this guy, but at the time, the Lord Slug movie was released while the Namek Saga was going on. So Vegeta's talking about Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan. So all this is Toei hearing about the legendary Super Saiyan, and they just did this before Toriyama revealed the actual Super Saiyan, right, in the manga and stuff like that. So that's all this is. That's why you don't really see this guy in anything. There's a reason for that. It's because it's like they just killed it forever. If they want to drop a card of him, though, I'm all for it. I'm down with it. I think we could see... He doesn't do that much in the movie, by the way. But I think we could see his animations and stuff like that could easily just be used on, like, a base Goku or, like, a Kaioken Goku or something like that. Proton mentioned here that, the name in the data is just... It's just Goku. So, it'll be our 500th base Goku. So, let me know what you guys think. Celebration info for the Lord Slug celebration. Pretty limited, but that's how it is. This is a good time, you guys can play your Sonic and Shadow Generations, play Call of Duty, like, do all this other stuff. Dokkan will be a little bit quiet before we get into hype stuff, maybe a little bit towards the end of the year or 10th anniversary. So, let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next time.